You are looking at the same idea twice. The left side was arranged, while the right side was designed. Remotion rendered both, so remotion is not the missing step. The missing step is the system around it. A clear story, a small set of visual rules, reusable templates, and a review loop. I will show you my stack, then reduce it to the smallest version you can build yourself. Think of Remotion as the camera and the stage, not the director. It gives you exact control over frames, timing, audio, and layout. It does not decide which sentence deserves the largest type, when the screen needs to become quiet, or whether a transition explains anything. If I invent those choices again for every scene, the video becomes a collection of effects. A visual system turns those repeated decisions into constraints, which makes the work faster and the result more consistent. Here is the useful Remotion mental model. A scene is a React component. The current frame is your clock. Props let the same component carry different content, and a spring or interpolation turns time into motion. Because the scene is code, it can be versioned, tested, generated, and reused. But notice what this tiny example does not contain. It does not contain taste. The component only exposes a title, one accent, and one reveal. The design system decides what those controls are allowed to do. Most of the polished feeling comes from 4 rules. First, every frame gets one dominant idea. Second, the palette uses a quiet base with only a couple of signal colors. Third, spacing follows a repeatable rhythm, so cards, labels, and margins feel related. Fourth, motion must reveal a fact, connect 2 states, or create a comparison. Any motion that fails all 3 tests gets removed. I encode these rules as theme tokens and templates. That means a title card, code panel, or comparison scene begins with good defaults instead of an empty canvas. Tegaki gives the technical surfaces a human edge, but I treat it like a highlighter. A rough circle can say, "Look here." A drawn connector can show that 2 pieces belong together. A handwritten note can add commentary without competing with the main type. The precise UI still carries the information. If every border, label, and arrow becomes hand-drawn, the contrast disappears and the frame feels messy. The useful rule is simple. Keep the structure clean, then spend the handmade texture only where attention needs help. To build this yourself, start smaller than my production stack. Create a normal Remotion project, add Tegaki if you want the drawn accent, and open the live preview. Make one composition at your target size and frame rate. Then create a theme file for colors, type sizes, spacing, and motion timing. Build only 3 templates: a title, a split explanation, and a full screen visual. Put episode-specific words and assets in data, not inside the template. That small structure is enough to make a real video without building a platform first. This is where Codex or Claude helps. I do not ask the agent to make the video look amazing. That prompt has no boundaries. I give it the viewer promise and the script. The visual rules define the templates it can use, while every scene names the evidence it must show. The agent can then map beats to templates, write props, prepare assets, and remove repetitive code. It can also render frames and report problems. I still own the promise and the taste. The agent works inside a box that makes good choices easier to repeat and bad choices easier to spot. The high quality part is not a secret shader. It is the review loop. I render representative frames while the script is still easy to change. Then I shrink them to phone size and ask blunt questions. What do I notice first? And is every label readable? Did the motion teach a state change? Is the proof actually on screen when I claim it? Any failure becomes a concrete repair. Increase hierarchy, simplify copy, change the layout, or hold the idea longer. Then I render again. The source code can look elegant while the pixels still fail, so the pixels get the final vote. Here are the fastest ways to make this stack look cheap. The first mistake is animating everything, so nothing feels important. The second is picking new colors for every scene, so the video loses identity. Another is showing full application screenshots at a size nobody can read. Generic glow also fails when hierarchy should do the work. The final mistake is asking the agent for taste without giving it constraints. Each mistake has the same repair. Reduce choice. Use fewer moving objects, fewer colors, tighter crops, clearer type, and a smaller set of approved scene patterns. Restraint is not the absence of design. Restraint is how the design becomes visible. The useful thing to copy is the order, not the complexity. The workflow starts with the story. Your taste becomes a few visual rules, and the repeated decisions become templates. Codex or Claude can assemble scenes inside those boundaries. Remotion renders exact frames, and review repairs what the viewer will actually experience. You do not need my whole production system to begin. You need one scene that you can reuse without losing clarity. Which piece of your current video workflow would you automate first?